Hello everyone, welcome back to Auto Trend TV. I am your Viprajesh again from Tafe Access Limited Coimbatore Tata Showroom, and I am here with the newly launched Tata Nexon BS6 Facelift Revotron XZ Plus variant. And today I am here to compare it with the original 2017 Tata Nexon XZ Plus, which was the top spec variant of the Tata Nexon range at that time. However, the new model to begin with, this being the XZ Plus variant, is not the top spec variant anymore. The top spec variant is named the XZ Plus Optional, which gets sunroof, automatic headlamps, automatic wipers, leather wrapped steering wheel along with express cool function for the air conditioning and IRA connectivity features. To begin with the exterior design differences, the new Tata Nexon of course gets a whole lot more butch design with a far more aggressive front end inspired by the Land Rover range. However, when you compare that with the original Tata Nexon, it seems a lot more sharper and aggressive. Of course, the old model being a lot more curvy, it still looks good today. However, the new model just simply seems so much better. The new model, to be precise, gets projector headlamps as standard from the entry-level variant XE with these LED DRL elements. However, the old model did not used to get that. Only the XZ Plus variant used to get LED DRLs, and the XZ along with the XZ Plus variants used to get projector headlamps. Fog lamps were standard from the XT variant, which is no longer existent. On the new Tata Nexon, you get front fog lamps as standard from the XZ variant though. The lower air dam, as you can see, gets a lot more aggressive and sharp SUV design with that tri-arrow design element grille, whereas the old model used to get a simple lower air dam, which was the fact of Impact Design 1.0. The new model definitely seems a whole lot more SUV than before, and totally complements the overall appearance of the Tata Nexon. So let's just get to the side. Before we get to the side, I would like to point out another difference. The upper grille of the new facelifted Nexon is no longer a grille. You get only this small section, this small slot as the grille, whereas the whole area, almost the whole of the area, is covered by an opaque plastic panel. It still looks good, and it looks definitely kind of unique. So moving on over to the sides, you can see that not much has been changed on the sides except for the masking of the A, B and C pillars in black. You can see that the A pillar, the B pillar and the C pillar are masked in black, as opposed to the coupe like design on the previous gen pre-facelifted Tata Nexon. Well, the body shape, the overall shell of the cabin has not been changed. What is actually changed is the height of the bonnet, the hood area. As you can see, it's a lot more taller, a lot more square and a lot more higher than before as you compare with the old gen model. That is to aid the new pedestrian crash safety norms, which will set in later this year. So apart from that, you can see the alloy wheels. These are totally different 16-inch alloy wheels. Yes, these are 16-inch only, just as before. The old model also used to get the very same 16-inch 215 section tires on the top spec XZ Plus variant, and that is the same case over here. However, the alloy design has been much more toned down. It's kind of much more classy on this new facelifted Tata Nexon. And one other minor difference is that you get this tri-arrow design pattern on the side body cladding on the doors as well. The old model has this body cladding, however it is a lot more simpler design. It's just plain, but it still looks good. Moving on over to the rear, you can definitely see that there is not much of a difference apart from the lower bumper and the lighting details in the tail lamps. The lower bumper on the new model is a lot more SUV-ish with a lot more say butch square design elements, whereas the old model used to be a lot more curvy. This being the 2017 original model, it used to get rear fog lamp as standard on the top end XZ Plus variant at least. However, the new model does not get that, which is quite weird. Probably it will be available as an accessory though. And another big change is that you get this Nexon badging at the center of the tailgate. However, you do not get any sort of badging for the variant, namely the XZ Plus or XM or anything on the new Tata range, be it the Tiago, Tigor, Nexon or even the Harrier. The old 2017 model used to get this XZ Plus badging, be it any variant. The Nexon badging is on the left side of the tailgate, which was quite small, but the overall look, the overall stance, the overall design elements remain always the same. You get the very same X Factor design element in this white ceramic kind of finish, and even the white belt line on the window line has always been the same on the old Nexon and the new Nexon as well. The details in the tail lamps have been changed. However, the new model gets this tri-arrow design element, LED elements with split kind of setup, which looks seriously neat. However, the old model used to get a lot more simple design, this only single L-shaped LED element. That also looks good, but the new model is just simply better. So apart from that, there is not much of an exterior difference. On the lower models of these cars, you will get to notice a whole lot of differences when you compare with them, such as I had already reviewed and compared the XM variants of both these generation Nexons, and on that you may have noticed that the old Nexon XM did not have any sort of roof rails, whereas the new one XM had. So things such as that will be noticeable only when you go lower down in the variant range. So for now, let's get inside both these cars to check out what are the differences when it comes to the interior and overall comfort and convenience. So first of all, I'm right now going to get inside the 2017 original Tata Nexon XZ Plus, and I'll just give you a glance of the seat height adjustment levers and latches. As you see, these are the levers, and these were okay in terms of quality. However, they are not the best. So let me just show you the new model when I get into that. So yeah, I'm just climbing inside the XZ Plus, the original 2017 XZ Plus, and as you can see, the steering wheel itself is an old generation steering wheel, the Impact Design 1.0. This steering wheel was available from the Tata Nano up to the Tata Nexon, and a sort of this version was available on the Tata Hexa as well. So it is okay in terms of overall, the convenience and comfort. However, it clearly does not compare with any other new generation steering wheel, or even the new generation Nexon's steering wheel, or even the Altra's steering wheel. So yeah, talking about the dashboard, of course this was the dashboard. It was really unique at that time, and the quality was okay for most of the part. The quality needed definitely some sort of upgrade when it comes to the new model, so which I will show you when I get inside the new model. And yeah, coming to the steering wheel again, we have got tilt adjustment, no telescopic adjustment, which remains the same case on the new model as well. You used to get steering mounted audio controls on the left side. The buttons are of decent quality, however they could have been a little bit better when it comes to today's age. This is the gear lever. This is the 6-speed manual transmission. Be it the petrol or the diesel, you used to get this 6-speed manual transmission with the dogleg reverse. That is the same case now on the new model as well. However, the overall design has been totally upgraded, inspired by the Tata Harrier's gear lever. The air condition control, the automatic climate control console has been the same. It's still the same on the new gen model. However, a lot more features have been reduced. For example, this automatic AC on the original Nexon used to get an economy mode. I don't know how many people would have used this economy mode for the air conditioning, but the new model does not get that, which I'll show you in a bit. And as I already showed you, the rear fog lamp is no longer available on any variant of the new Tata Nexon, which is quite weird. Apart from that, everything remains. You get the central locking button, you get the rear electric opening tailgate opening button as well. You get the the reverse parking camera. You can actually turn this on for monitoring the rear view, which is also good. And another small detail is that you used to get this nice sort of spring-loaded cap for the 12-volt charging socket on the original Nexon, which is sort of no longer available on the latest Tata Nexon. Apart from that, everything remains the same. The touchscreen system, however, is a size smaller. Let me just turn this on. So this used to be the instrument cluster and the infotainment system on the original Tata Nexon. This display was 6.5 inch in size. It's not the best, and the response itself is quite slow when you compare with even latest Tata Motors infotainment systems. It was quite slow. It used to get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay though, which was a really good thing. And this is the analog instrument cluster, which you used to get until today. The new model gets a fully digital instrument cluster carried on over from the Tiago and the Tigor. While this being the original Tata Nexon, the 2017 Tata Nexon, you used to get a proper engine temperature gauge with a proper fuel gauge on the the rings of the speedometer. But later on, Tata Motors had deleted these features from even the analog cluster, from even the top end model. That's why they have introduced these features again in the digital instrument cluster, which I'll show you in a bit. This MID is quite small when you compare with the new models. However, you used to get all the features: trip meter A, trip meter B, distance to empty, overall odometer, exterior temperature. You also used to get a time display, and this here is the instantaneous efficiency meter. So everything was here except for the fact that it's a little bit old or classy, if you want, whatever you want to say. That's good. It's still a good system to use. It still looks good. And yeah, coming to other things, of course I showed you the gear lever, and this here is the lock for engaging the reverse gear. And the camera quality was actually pretty, well, not good at all. The new model is a definite improvement over this one. However, it could have been a little bit better still, which I'll show you in a bit. And this here is the multiple drive mode rotary knob, which is still good in quality. And on the new model as well, this has been carried over. Just have a look at the seats and the upholstery of the original Tata Nexon. It used to be fabric even on the top spec model. However, this quality of the fabrics was decent, but no longer it is fit for such the top spec model of the Tata Nexon. So that's why they have changed the upholstery design and material on the latest gen Tata Nexon. And yeah, of course, the armrest on this model is sort of an artificial sort of synthetic material. It's not fabric. It was still good, it was comfortable, but the new model seems a little bit better. This quality of the overall interior is not the best on the original Tata Nexon, was not the best definitely, and that also seems to have taken a huge leap on the new Tata Nexon as well. This here is the headlamp stock, and this here is the wiper stock. On the top spec XZ Plus optional of the new Tata Nexon, you will get automatic headlamps, automatic wipers, and so on such features, along with an electric sunroof. As you can see, the original Tata Nexon does not get any sort of sunroof even on this XZ Plus top spec variant. And just like before, the original Tata Nexon used to get one single LED light for the cabin with a sunglass holder for the front alone. The rear seats, the rear passengers do not get any sort of interior light or overhead storage space. So that still is carried on over to the Tata Nexon, the new model as well, which is quite a bit of not an improvement, I should say. And the day-night IRVM is actually manual. It's not auto-dimming, which is the same now. It's no big deal. The top spec variants of the original Tata Nexon used to get auto fold mirrors. From the XT variant itself, it was available. However, the new Tata Nexon gets it from the XM variant itself. That's also a good thing on the new Nexon. And these being the power window controls of the original Nexon, you used to get backlighting for every power window button, which is no longer available. Tata Motors deleted that on a later period of time on every Tata Nexon variant. As you can see, even the power window buttons on the passenger side or even the rear seats used to get that backlighting function. So that's no longer available, which is quite a bit of a miss. So let me just get into the back seat now. So yes, I'm in the back seat of the original 2017 Tata Nexon XZ Plus, and this here is a good look at the dashboard from the back seat. It was a really good looking, really plush and upmarket looking interior when it was launched, and it kind of looks still good, I feel. The top spec XZ Plus variant from the XT variant itself, the original Nexon was available with rear AC vents. That's the very similar case on the new model as well, except for the lack of the XT variant. Rear AC vents for the new Nexon will be available from the XZ variant. However, one big difference is that the original Tata Nexon used to get this rotary knob to control the airflow for the rear AC vents alone, which is no longer available. These used to be just a blower unit, whereas the new Nexon gets full AC unit itself. Once you turn on the air conditioning at the front, these vents would automatically turn on and blow cool air at you. So that was really a sort of improvement on the new Nexon. And talking about the rear seats, these were always very comfortable rear seats, and so much better in comfort than any other compact SUV. You used to get almost 100% thigh support. As you can see, the seats extend all the way up to my knees, the under part of my knees, so that's really comfortable, and the space was clearly ample. The backrest angle itself was really very comfortable. So overall, this is the very same case on the new Nexon as well, which I'll show you in a bit. And on the top spec XZ Plus, you also used to get height adjustable front seat belts as well, which was a really good feature at that time, and it's still a very good feature even today. So let me just get into the new generation facelifted Tata Nexon. So yes folks, I am right now in the new facelifted updated BS6 XZ Plus Tata Nexon, and first of all, immediately you can see the improvement in overall quality and appeal of this cabin. Every material, every panel in this cabin has been significantly improved in quality, right from the handbrake lever, the armrest, and even the steering wheel to begin with, of course. This is a brand new steering wheel design carried over from the Tata Altros. It gets a flat bottom with piano black finish, well, almost for the half of its part, so that's really good. It looks far more modern. And the horn the horn buttons are located on the edges of the the steering boss, which is quite very convenient to use when you are actually in a traffic jam. That is a significant improvement, and even the quality of the buttons on the steering wheel has also significantly improved. On this XZ Plus variant, you do not get any sort of cruise controls. The cruise control is available only from the XZ Plus optional variant, only on the XZ Plus optional variant. So for this XZ Plus variant, you get typical voice command button along with other steering mounted audio controls on the left side of the steering wheel boss. So that is a really good thing. And yeah, everything largely remains the same in terms of layout and design. Say the door even looks very similar. However, the materials is what are significantly different. You can see the overall quality of the material, the texture, everything has been vastly improved, including this very much improved fabric padding on the door. It is so very much upmarket and comfortable, and Tata Motors even claim that these are fragrance absorbing materials on the door pads and the seat upholstery. So that's a kind of a tall claim, but it may probably work if you kind of use really good perfumes in your car. So yeah, apart from that, you can also see this sort of new finish on the center portion of the dashboard. It's kind of a much lighter color, and it kind of aids the ambience of this cabin. You may have also noticed that this portion on the old Nexon, the padding of the cloth used to be in a darker color on the previous old model Nexon, but in this new one you get a far more lighter color, which may be a little bit of pain to maintain, but still aids the ambience of this cabin by a whole lot. It kind of improves the ambience of this cabin by really good margin. And yeah, you get this sort of nice texture on the dashboard now on this white ceramic sort of material, which is kind of nice. And even you can see the tri-arrow design pattern on this one. Tata Motors is really obsessed with its tri-arrow design pattern, so that they are introducing in every car of their range. So yeah, I don't know why is that, but still that's a good thing. Yeah, apart from the steering wheel, you can notice this digital instrument cluster, which has been introduced on the new Tata Nexon from the Tiago and the Tigor, and that's how it looks. And that's the updated Connect Next Harman touchscreen system, which is 7-inch now. It used to be 6.5-inch on the old model. The new model is 7-inch now, and it gets a whole lot of color options and everything. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is totally standard, while you also get other apps like What 3 Words on this XZ Plus variant. Well, basically from the XZ variant itself, I guess. the reverse parking camera quality on the updated XZ Plus Tata Nexon, although being quite a bit improved over the original model, it still needs a whole lot of improvement to compete against some modern rivals. So yeah, talking about the digital instrument cluster, it's larger and far more feature loaded than before. The engine temperature gauge and the fuel gauge, which were deleted from the old gen model, has been reintroduced again, and it is kind of matches the digital age, the digital India trend in India, of course, and I quite accept it. It's okay, it's not too bad, but it still could have been a little bit better, because this is the very same unit which is available on the Tiago and Tigor as well. So Tata Motors could have easily differentiated between the Tiago, Tigors and the Nexon's instrument cluster. However, everything is provided here. You get the city mode blue color indication over there. If you change the drive mode using this very familiar the rotary knob for the multi-drive function, you get economy mode, you get sports mode. Yeah, so everything is there. You can see the tachometer on the left side, which is indicated in bars. So yeah, that's the tachometer, and the speedometer is in bold letters right in your face so that you can read it easily. Other things are provided lower down of this display, this LCD display. So you get trip meter A, trip meter B, average mileage, of course the odometer, distance to empty, everything is there in this display itself. So it's well loaded, it's really feature loaded, and the absent features have also been introduced in this. And another thing is that the XZ Plus optional variant, which is the top spec new facelift at Tata Nexon, also gets tire pressure monitoring system. The display of that will be present over here on the right side corner. So we are yet to see the XZ Plus optional variant in person, and yeah, for that I'll just notify you if you happen to see an XZ Plus optional variant. So yeah, apart from that, you get every panel quality improved, every material is far improved, and yeah, the gear knob, of course, it's a whole lot new design. It's far more newer and far more nicer and neater to look at. You get the typical heartbeat kind of pattern on the gear knob, which is more in line with the Tata Altros and the Harrier. So that's really nice. The automatic climate control console itself, as I already mentioned, is very much the same, with the exact same glossy black finish across the center console. However, the lack of economy mode and a rear fog lamp button are quite evident if you may have had a look at the original Tata Nexon. So apart from that, everything largely remains the same. Yeah, another thing this car is lacking, of course, I already showed you the backlight feature on every power window button, so that is clearly not present on this new generation Tata Nexon. However, the power mirror controls are very much the same with auto folding function, so that's really good. And even the day night switch for the IRVM shape itself, along with this interior cabin light, the white one, and the sunglass holder is the same, with also the lack of any sort of rear lighting for the rear seats. So some areas Tata Motors could have definitely improved by, say for example, adding a rear cabin light and sort of things, but still they have preferred not to. Instead, they have provided a whole lot of safety features. Tata Nexon, to begin with, already was standard with dual airbags, ABS, EBD and corner stability control, whereas this new model adds on to the safety factor by even providing electronic stability program, traction control, rollover mitigation, emergency brake assist, electronic brake prefill, and say a hill hold function as well. So that's really good, really commendable job by Tata Motors, and yeah, that's really praiseworthy. Yeah, talking about the armrest, I already showed you the previous gen models armrest, and as you can see, this one is fabric padded and it's double stitched as well. It kind of looks really nice to match with this upholstery for the top spec XZ Plus model. So this is the new upholstery. The quality is so very much good, again with the tri-arrow design pattern. So that's kind of that's nice. I am beginning to like this kind of design on the interior of this cabin. And yeah, opening this armrest, you can get to see this exact same amount of space underneath, and this lid, this tambo door mechanism, the lid is of much better quality now. And another thing I would definitely like you to notice is that I have already showed you the previous gen models levers and latches for adjusting the driver seat. The new model has a far better quality feel to it, to the exact same levers. As you can see, the design itself is totally different for the recline lever, for the height adjustment lever and everything, and it's far more easier to operate than before. So that's a really good job. So that's all about the front. Let me just get into the rear part of the new Tata Nexon. So yes, I am right now in the back seat of the new facelifted XZ Plus Tata Nexon, and this is how the dashboard now looks like. It's far more brighter, far more improved in quality, and it's kind of a little bit modern due to this new steering wheel and the digital instrument cluster. Yeah, talking about the rear seats themselves, these are exactly the same rear seats with the exact same great amount of thigh support and comfort. And even the recline angle has not been changed at all, which is a really good thing. You also get this new upholstery design and material quality over here with ISO fixed child seat mounts available as standard from the entry-level XE variant itself. So that's a really good thing. The rear AC vents, these are AC vents now. These are not just blowers, and you no longer have the rotary knob to adjust the blower flow separately for the rear AC vents. So that's a good thing. And even the armrest is of a very good quality, much better than before. So it's now in black. It used to be grey on the old spec model. Now it's in black with the very same cup holder design. You get two cup holders over here as well. Talking about the practicality and overall storage spaces, that has always been the same. The glove box is still massive. Let me just show you that. I have to get to the front for that, because this is relatively a large spacious cabin. And yeah, you can see the glove box here with the cooling function. Of course, the cooling function is available right from the XZ variant of the Tata Nexon itself. The XM variant itself gets this sort of adjustable tray. It is a capacious glove box for this segment, which is a really good thing. And apart from that, you used to get umbrella holders with a convenient 1 liter bottle holder on both the front doors from the original Tata Nexon itself. That has also been carried over. And the rear seats themselves get convenient 1 liter bottle holders on each door. That has also always been the same. So that's all about the overall interior differences and feature variations when you compare with the old Gen XZ Plus Tata Nexon and the new Gen XZ Plus Tata Nexon. So let me just get into the boot space now. So yes, I'm right now behind the new Gen Tata Nexon, and I'm going to pop open the boot of the new Nexon. And as you can see, this is the very same 350 liter capacity boot space, which has always been the same as on the old Gen Tata Nexon. So let me just pop this open as well. And yeah, this is the very same amount of space you used to get on the old Gen model. Well, this model specifically lacks the rear parcel tray. I don't know why. Maybe this being the demo vehicle, they might have removed this for ease of access. Well, the spare wheel is located underneath the floor, and that also used to be a Bridgestone tire with the 215 section 16-inch tires. It was a steel wheel though, so that also is very much the same. However, on the new spec model, you no longer get Bridgestone tires. Instead, you get Goodyear tires, Goodyear Assurance to be precise. However, these are not the 215 section tires. These are space savers with a width of 195 section, and however the size of the tires remains the same. These are R16, that means 16-inch steel wheels. Well, that is also another part where Tata Motors seemingly have cut their costs. So that was all about the boot. So let me just pop open both these cars' hoods. Yes guys, I am right now in front of both these Nexons, and I have managed to open both of these cars' bonnets. Both these cars are equipped with a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder Revotron petrol engine, which produces 110 PS of power and 170 Newton meters of torque through either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automated manual transmission. So as you can see, both these engines to begin with look exactly the same. However, the new gen model is BS6 compliant and gets a whole lot more improvement in terms of refinement and power delivery as well. And another key difference is that, as I showed you on the XM variants comparison itself, the new gen Nexon's ABS control unit gets a couple of additional additional wires so as to provide ESP, traction control and other features which I already mentioned as standard. So that's a significant improvement. And you can also see that the old gen models ABS unit lacks those couple additional wires. So that's a significant improvement. And refinement of both these generation Nexon's petrol engines themselves have a whole lot of difference. So let me just conclude this review in quite a bit. So that was a detailed comparison review of the XZ Plus facelifted BS6 Tata Nexon Petrol comparing with the original XZ Plus Tata Nexon Petrol. So do let me know which one do you like the most. I feel that the new Nexon has been significantly upgraded in every department, starting from safety and even up till connected features and other tech features, including interior quality as well. And of course the looks have also been significantly upgraded. You can clearly see that the new Nexon kind of looks a little bit larger just because of this much more butch front end design with a Land Rover kind of approach to it. And these multifunctional LED DRLs simply add to the fancy factor and looks that much more cool on the top spec variants. Both these cars however get cornering fog lamps as standard, so that's also a really good thing. So do let me know which one do you like the most, and do like this video if you definitely like the review, and subscribe to my channel. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.